What's up guys, welcome to my new Noob to Pro series. This is episode 1. A lot of you have been asking about my control setup and my sensitivity settings and so forth. So I decided to make a series of all the different things and tips and tricks I can give you in order to become a better version of yourself. So in this episode I'll be showing you my control setup I do a weird combination. I have a thumb setup with a combination of a optional 3-finger setup as well in the same layout. So you'll get to understand as we go along in this video, so stay tuned. Welcome back everyone, this is my basic settings, and in here what's important is the peek and open scope and the peek and fire. You need to enable these two in order to use my control layout. And the reason for the peek and fire is that it allows the peek options to show up on the screen first and foremost, and secondly, when you touch your left peek or your right peek, your scope opens up instantaneously with it, which allows for quicker reflexes in firing and ADS. Then if you scroll along in my gyroscope is always on, and my display of my left side button is always on as well. But in relation to the gyroscope, I will make an entire video speaking about gyroscope versus non-gyroscope, and also a next video in how to perfect your gyroscope. So stay tuned for those as well. But for this video, I'm just going to show you my control layout, and let's get straight to it. Okay, so on your screen right now will be my pro setup. I'm just kidding. This is the basic default setup. Let's get straight to my setup now. Here is my setup. I have put the transparency to 100 so everyone can see every single button. Let me just explain a couple things so it may make a little more sense to you. On the right side of the screen, you will see my left peek and my right peek together with my trigger button. That is for quick firing, so that this improves your reflexes. In another video, I will show you exactly how to perform these things, but just for argument's sakes, right now you can see I can press my left peek and I can instantly fire. I can press my right peek and instantly fire as well. Well, the usual basic stuff, the jump, the prone, the crouch is on the bottom right hand corner, because that is where my thumb can easily reach. The scope is right there next to the trigger as well. For sometimes I don't need to peek, I just want to aim down sight and fire. Then, well, my two weapons, you can tell my weapons are not really in line. That is because my thumb doesn't work 90 degrees up. There's a little curve, so I can touch the lower weapon, and if I want I can switch to the higher weapon easily. It feels more comfortable with my fingers as a regular guy's hands, not extra large, not small or anything, so this works for me. So maybe if your hands are smaller, you may want to bring things a little more to the right, or if your hands are larger, you can leave it as it was before. But this is just my setup. Also, what I was speaking of earlier is I have a weird combination of 2 and 3 finger setup. If you look at my left trigger button, it's at the top left of my screen, where ideally someone who has a claw setup or 3-finger setup puts their trigger button. Although during usual games I don't use this trigger, I tend to always use thumbs. If you look at my gameplays, you can see the right trigger button lighting up when I fire. The only time I use the top left is when there's a situation of a very close combat fight and I need to switch in the 3-finger mode, because I don't know if you all know by now, but persons who use claw tend to be the close combat fighters. They're very, very good at close quarters because they can duck, prone, weave, crouch, jump while firing at the same time. But to do that, you have to be at least a 3-finger, or for more professional claw setup, 4 fingers. A thumbs player can't do that. So my usual style, I could fight anything between 20 meters to 100 meters very easily. That's called mid-range combat. But I do practice my close combat as well. So in the event I need to do close combat, I switch my style from 2 fingers to 3 fingers in that movement. But majority of the game, 95-98%, sometimes 100% of the game, I will use only thumbs. But I keep this setup because, I mean, you can never predict what's going to happen in a match, and you need to be ready for anything at all times. So with this here, it gives me the opportunity to, if somebody rushes our squad or rushes me, I can just use my index finger and fire from the top left, and use my thumb finger to crouch, jump, prone, whatever I need to do, jiggle the joystick in order to win that fight. And so yes, that is what I meant by I have a weird 2 and 3 finger mixed setup. Okay, and also, so as you can see on the screen, you can see me reducing the transparency of most of my buttons. The reason for doing this is that in a game, if you have no transparency on your buttons and everything is there, it will block a lot of your visual. And if it's blocking your visual, you can't see your enemies and they can see you, you're gonna get shot, you're gonna get killed. So you need to reduce your transparency as much as you can. Eventually you need to start from at least 80% transparency and work your way down. If you can reach to 0% transparency, that means your fingers has perfect muscle memory of your own controls, and that is what you want to aim to achieve. So maybe every week, reduce your transparency by 10. Just keep going down by 10. Eventually, over 2 months, you'll get it. And 2 months of practicing your own controls, you'll be perfection at your controls. So I really suggest doing that, reducing your transparency over time for your own thing, because the less stuff on your screen, the more things you can see. The more things you can see, the more things you can shoot. The more things you can shoot, the more people you can kill. And that's the aim of this game, to kill as much people as we can, right? So guys, this is the end of episode 1, my controls setup, and I really hope you enjoyed the video. So if you did, drop a like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more, because as you can see on the screen, what's coming up next will be my sensitivity settings. So stay tuned. Have a good day, everybody.